In this video we will discuss about SAE 3420, that is auditor responsibilities regarding Proforma financial information. Now in this Proforma financial information is nothing but adjustments, proforma adjustments that have been made for unadjusted financial information, that will be called as proforma financial information. This proforma financial information will be included in the prospectus. What is the definition of proforma financial information? Definition of proforma financial information is financial information for which the proforma adjustments that have been made in order to provide the impact of the event or transaction that has been entered at an earliest date to an unadjusted financial information in an illustration. Then it is proforma financial information. What are proforma adjustments? Proforma adjustments are the events adjustments that have been made in order to show the impact of events or transactions that have been occurred at the earliest date. Then these are called as proforma adjustments. Now unadjusted financial information is nothing but financial information for which the adjustments has not been made is called as unadjusted financial information. Next, what are the mostly what are the steps that are involved in this is first we will see acceptance of engagement. Here it is a standard on assurance engagement. The auditor will be performing an opinion on whether the proforma financial information has been what is the objective of the auditor. The objective of the auditor is whether the proforma financial information has been presented in all material aspects in accordance with the applicable criteria. Then and to form an opinion and report on the proforma financial information. This will be the objective of auditor. Next will comes to planning and performing of proforma financial information. First thing is the engagement letter. Here engagement letter is important. The auditor has to see whether there is a sufficient competence and capability for verifying the proforma financial information. First thing. Second thing is he will obtain an acknowledgement from management that they have understood their responsibilities for preparing financial information as per applicable financial reporting framework, and they have known their responsibilities regarding selection of appropriate accounting policies and judgments about accounting estimates as per applicable financial reporting framework, and they have designed, planned and implemented internal control system in order to prevention of frauds at an appropriate level. And they have also this will be the most of the responsibilities, and they will provide access to the auditor in order to obtain evidence about accuracy and completeness of proforma financial information. And they will also provide access to all the information, unrestricted access to all the information and documents, reports that the auditor requests for verifying the proforma financial information. Next, third one is they will also provide access to inquire with entity and entity users and entity personnel in order to obtain sufficient additional audit evidence, and they will also provide additional documents that are required by the auditor in order to verify the accuracy of proforma financial information. And the auditor may also inquire with the personnel of acquiry engagement in order to obtain evidence regarding proforma financial information, engagement of proforma financial information. And the engagement letter, the auditor will agree with the management and terms of engagement and the in respect of recurring engagements, the auditor will see whether there has been any change in the management structure of the entity, or changes in the engagement, which there is a need to revise the terms of the terms of review proforma financial engagement letter or there is a need to remind to the management about the terms and conditions that have been entered at the earlier date. Next, now, and what will be the engagement letter? Engagement letter will also contain this will be the most of the things present in engagement letter. Next, planning, compiling, verifying of proforma financial information. First, the auditor will verify the auditor will obtain the proforma financial information. Proforma financial information where the proforma adjustments have been made in order to provide the impact of the event or transaction that have been happened at the earlier date, that have been happened at the earlier date. And proforma financial information, auditor will here the auditor responsibility will be to what is auditor responsibility? Auditor responsibility is to provide to verify whether there has been any material misstatement present in proforma financial information. Here, written representation, the auditor will obtain a written representation from management that proforma financial information has been compiled in all material aspects in accordance with the applicable criteria. This will be the written representation that will be obtained from the management. And opinion, the auditor will issue an unmodified opinion when the proforma financial information has been presented in all material aspects in accordance with the applicable financial reporting applicable criteria. The auditor will issue modified opinion if the proforma financial information, if the unadjusted financial information, if the unadjusted financial information is audited, if the unadjusted financial information is not audited, if the unadjusted financial information is audited, and if the unadjusted financial information contains a modified opinion, then the auditor will see and emphasis on matter paragraph. Then auditor will see whether there is a need to need to issue a modified opinion in the proforma opinion in the report of proforma financial information. If the auditor concludes that there is a need to issue a modified opinion in proforma financial information, then there are two situations: whether the law or regulation allows the auditor to issue a modified opinion on proforma financial information that is present in the prospectus, and whether the law or regulation does not accept the auditor. If the law and regulation accepts the auditor, then the auditor can provide modified opinion in the proforma report of the proforma financial information. Or if the law or regulation does not accept the auditor, then auditor has to see whether discuss with the management to correct the misstatements exist in the unadjusted financial information. If the management refuses to make the corrections, then auditor has to withdraw from the engagement. And if the withdrawing is not possible, then auditor has to see has to obtain the legal advice. Next, we will comes to if the unadjusted financial information is not audited. If the unadjusted financial information is not audited, the auditor has to see whether the information has been the information that has been used for preparation of proforma financial information has been appropriate in the circumstances, and auditor will issue an opinion in the accordingly. Now we will comes to auditor will issue opinion accordingly. Now we will comes to other information present, if there is other information present in prospectus, the auditor has to see whether the auditor has to read the other information, whether there is whether it is consistent with Proforma Financial information or not. Next, documentation requirements of Proforma documentation requirements of this engagement. Obviously, the auditor has to maintain documentation in respect of this engagement, and he should obtain what are the procedures that have been performed and what evidence that has been gathered accordingly, and based on this evidence that has been gathered, the auditor will be providing his opinion. Mostly we have discussed all important points or parts of Proforma Financial information. Thank you.